All right, everybody, welcome back another time from sunny Florida. Hey, look, I'm not recording out on the balcony to make anybody jealous. That's not what I'm doing. I'm out here because, quite frankly, I just want to see you guys. And I want you to be able to enjoy this with me. All right, enjoy this with me. Look, I'm not the big I love vacation guy. I'm honestly, if I can be real with you, I'd rather just stay home. Rather stay home, look at film for the NFL draft, watch a lot of football, some basketball, watch the Pistons doing great. I don't know if you're like me, but I just thought to myself, hey, let's do this. All right, again, here it is. My family's down there. They're down there enjoying the warm weather. My wife loves the beach. My kids love the beach. So letting them enjoy it. But, anyways, I want to talk to you about something that's different. I think the Lions are going to do something that none of us expect. Everybody has us going defensive end. Everybody has us going defensive end with the first pick in our draft, pick number 28 of the first round. I don't think we're necessarily going to do that. I've made a video about this before where I think the second round could be a gold mine for defensive ends that are going to be available when we have our pick. Even the third round has a large amount of defensive ends. I think it's time that we need to beef up and start thinking about what our replacements are going to be, but at two totally different positions. Number one is offensive tackle, and number two, or even guard. I mean, a guy that might be able to do both. And the second position that I think we need to beef up quickly is the wide receiver room. I'm going to give you my reasons for that and show you some of the people that are going to go there. But before I do that, two questions for you. Hey, if you're watching, you didn't see the video yesterday, are you on spring break night right now? Where are you watching from? Number two, what position do you think the Lions could go for with that 28th pick that nobody's seeing? And if you want to get really bold, give me a player. Give me a specific player. So let's first talk about wide receiver. There was a really good article that came out, and they talked about 5 different wide receivers that could be good for the Lions and in play in our first, second, or third round pick. Number one is Luther Burden. All right, I'm just going to go through these guys really quick and then give you who I like. Number two, Jaden Higgins. Number three, Emeka Egbuka. Number four, we're going to go with Trey Harris of Ole Miss. And 5 is Savion Williams out of TCU. I'm going to say right now, Savion Williams, not a guy that I like, more of a gadget guy, more of like a Cordero Patterson type of guy. I'm looking for a true X receiver, or I'm looking at a guy that can play that X receiver, but then, and here's where things get a little bit weird, a guy that can actually replace, yeah, I'm going to say it, replace Jamison Williams going forward as well. But my bigger concern is that true X receiver. So the guy that I look at that can be that true X receiver is this man right here, Jaden Higgins out of Iowa State. Most people don't know who this dude is, but I need you to take a minute and I need you to see what this is. This is his RAS, relative athletic score. If you've seen videos of mine, you know around this time and throughout the entirety of the summer, I love looking at RAS. Again, it is not a floor, but it does measure a ceiling. The better the athlete, the more potential they have. His explosion is elite. His size is elite. His speed is very good. Overall, he is the 46th most athletic wide receiver to ever test at the NFL Combine. All right, that is a straight NFL Combine, so you know these numbers are legit. That was out of 3,408 wide receivers that have been tested since 1987. Just to give you an idea, he is massive. He is 6'4", a true 6'4", 214 pounds. He can go up and get it. He has enough long speed. His 10-yard split, his short speed is actually better than you'd expect it to be for a guy that's that big and that fast. He might actually be a better wide receiver going forward than a guy like T. Higgins. I know it's a very similar name, but this big-bodied wide receiver that has tremendous speed. This is the kind of guy that I love. Now, when you're looking at this, there's another guy. That's the kind of guy, if you want to go with a wide receiver in the first round, or maybe you trade back into early second round and you get a guy like Jaden Higgins. Emeka Egbuka might be available at 28. I doubt it, but he might be. He might be available. Another person that I would sincerely consider is Trey Harris. Trey Harris ran a lot of deep routes. The question is, what can he do in the intermediate? but he averaged 18 yards a reception. He was a big play wide receiver. He could come in and immediately fill the role as that big bodied X receiver, and then maybe even grow into some of that stuff that Jameson Williams does now. Not quite as fast, I understand that, but who is? What about the second position that I was talking about? What about tackle? And this is very interesting because I want to see you some of the, I want to show you some of the things. As you may or may not have known, the Beast just came out. The Beast is uh, basically Dane Brugler's just all comprehensive NFL draft guide. And he does it for the Athletic. So now all of the Athletic beat writers are doing drafts and they're doing stuff and they're basing it off this new info called the Beast. And one of the people that we look at in the first round is, all right, who's going to be available? And in this most recent mock draft done by Nick Baumgartner, these were the players already off the board. Will Campbell, all right, Membu out of Missouri, Tyler Booker, Grace Abel, Josh Simmons, and Josh Connerly, all gone. On the defensive line, look at all these edges that are gone by the time the Lions pick. Abdul Carter, Mason Graham, Shamar Stewart, Michael Williams, Derek Harmon, Mike Green, Jalen Walker, and Donovan Ezeraiku. Okay, if all those guys are gone on the defensive edge, do you think the Lions are still going edge? Do you think they're going to reach for somebody at 28? When has that ever been Brad Holmes' MO? Brad Holmes has always said, no, I'm going to go for what I can get. I'm going to go for it right now. I'm going to get best player available. If that's not at a position of need, then it's not at a position of need. But I'm going to go best player available. So he said that first pick was Kelvin Banks. And I have to agree with that pick. If you look at Kelvin Banks, again, here's his RAS. He was 8.25. The only knock on him, shorter arms. Is that important for a tackle? Absolutely. Here's the things that Kelvin Banks does well to make up for it. He has good bend. So he has great hips and flexibility for a guy at 320 pounds. He weighed in here at 315. His playing weight was 320. He has really good ability there. He also has good arms. He has good hand technique and all that kind of stuff. What you want is a 34-inch arm. As you can see here, he has 33 and a half. So why am I still interested in him? You've seen tackles that have plenty of success in the NFL that have that 33 and a half inch arm. What you don't see, but also, what if he plays guard? What if he comes in for us and he plays guard? Why not? Everything else the guy does is actually dead on. Not to mention this, and this is what I often want to look at, and this is when I get kind of frustrated, is when people don't take into account what they did. You have a team that he played for in Texas that took a ton of snaps. This was in the SEC. He played left tackle in the best conference. At least that's what they say. Big Ten. Just saying, the last two national champs came out of the Big Ten. But with that being said, the SEC, they say, is going to be your best. 934 snaps. 538 pass blocking snaps. Let's see this. Just let me show you something. 1 sack. At left tackle, he gave up 1 sack. I just want you to think about that for a second. He gave up 2 hits, all year, 7 pressures. How is this guy still available? And then when you look at the mock draft, Nick Baumgartner is saying exactly what I've said in videos in the past here. Now all of a sudden, round 2 pick, JT Tiumaliau. I said that wrong. It doesn't matter. Out of defensive end, out of Ohio State. Actually very similar in the form of Aiden Hutchinson, just not quite as productive. He's an edge setter. He's a great run defender that can also rush the passer. He would be great opposite Aiden Hutchinson. He would. Round 3, Josiah Stewart. This is more of your Sam linebacker, edge. He did not drop much back in coverage at Michigan, so don't pretend, or let's not pretend like he will be. But a pass rushing specialist, he was elite at the college level. You can still get really good proven players in the 2nd and 3rd round at edge. I don't know that we can get proven good players in the 2nd and 3rd round at tackle, at wide receiver. You could probably do it at guard, but you can't do it at tackle and at wide receiver. Why not go for that proven good stuff in the 1st round and then go from there? All right. Hey, thanks for watching. It's beautiful. It's beautiful here. Not going to be here that many more days, but always excited to be with you. All right. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.